We have some serious business to attend to. Let's talk about the new teaser from Netflix of the 6-part series they're making for Pride and Prejudice. Hi, I'm Shannon. Welcome in. I am a Jane Austen superfan. I need to digest this teaser with you. If you don't know already, Netflix is releasing a 6-part miniseries for Pride and Prejudice, a brand new adaptation, the first one in 20 years since the 2005 film directed by Joe Wright and starring Keira Knightley. You know, it feels too soon, but we're gonna get into all of that. That could just be me, but I'm not so sure. Also, this is coming out sometime this year. They have not released a date based on vibes, based on pure vibes. I'm gonna go with the fall. I have nothing to go on besides that that's what I feel. So this is being put out by Netflix. It's headed by author Dolly Alderton and director Euros Lyn, who I believe also directed Heartstopper for Netflix. Now, from everything that I've read, it does sound like Miss Dolly Alderton very much adores Pride and Prejudice. She sounds like she understands the story. She sounds like she knows what she's talking about, which is great. You know, we want someone that loves the material to be making this, I was going to say film adaptation, but it's not a film adaptation, TV adaptation. It's not really that either. This new miniseries. And we're not here to talk about Dolly or anybody else that is creating this. We're here to talk about the teaser. Okay, Netflix just released the teaser a couple days ago. It says it's 50 to 60 seconds long. It's 30 seconds long. And the last 20 to 30 is like the Netflix logo and that whole song and dance, okay? I have so many thoughts. Before you do anything, if you also have thoughts, please comment down below and tell me what they are. I would love nothing more than to discuss this with you. So let's get into it. I'm gonna have the trailer linked below. Is that a thing that people still do? I haven't done this YouTube thing in a really long time. But I'm gonna link it below if you wanna watch it. If you wanna look it up on your own time, love that for you. There are some things that I really loved, and there's nothing that I hated. Let me be clear, because there are things that I have like concerns. Okay, let's start with the concerns, and we'll get to the things that I liked, because I certainly did, and knowing me, those very much may just pop up as we're going. Number one, the similarities to the 2005 film are blatant. They are it is so in your face. Exhibit A. Which picture do you think is from the 2005 film? And which do you think is from the upcoming 2026 miniseries adaptation? It doesn't matter. These two photos are from two separate Pride and Prejudice adaptations. As soon as the teaser opened and this was the shot with the little birdie singing over it, I legitimately hit pause 1 second in because I was like, that is the opening of the 2005 film. The birdies, the piano, the beautiful dawn over the trees, over a field. It's fine. It's not the same exact field or the same exact trees or birdies or piano, but what? So already I'm like, okay, so that's just one similarity to 2005, okay? Let me stay on track here. Next example, this dancing scene is this dancing scene. And again, it's 30 seconds. I'm making a lot of like assumptions about what we're going to be seeing in this miniseries, but I'm just going based off of my initial reaction, you know? So we have that. We have the hands, the iconic hands from the 2005 film adaptation. And then we have a real big emphasis on hands in this teaser trailer. And one of the hands is Lizzie Bennet, presumably, walking through a field. We just see her hand kind of grab this wispy flower, and I couldn't help but be reminded of this Lizzie Bennet in the field of wispy plants and flowers. Before I go on with the similarities, it is being adapted from the same material. Pride and Prejudice is a very old, well-known, beloved novel. It's my favorite book of all time. It's absolutely understandable and okay for there to be similarities amongst different adaptations. But for what it's worth, when I watched the 1995 BBC miniseries, I do not have the 2005 movie in the back of my brain. And vice versa, when I'm watching the 2005 movie, I don't have the 1995 miniseries in the back of my brain. They just are two separate entities in my mind, right? So watching this teaser, noticing these similarities already, I'm like, I'm anticipating that I'm going to be watching this miniseries comparing it to the 2005 film, because that is what it is directly reminding me of. So just a couple other comparisons or similarities that I noticed. This picture of Lizzie Bennet, she looks to be sitting on a roof, which I'll get to because I have questions. And then this is just a picture of Keira Knightley, just a freeze frame of the 2005 film. I genuinely, first of all, the hair is almost exact, and these are two very different scenes. Lizzie Bennet in this one is clearly like chilling, maybe at home and outside in her favorite place to be. And then in this one, she's getting ready for a ball, right? So different scenarios. I'm not trying to roast the teaser. I really want to be excited for this, but also this Lizzie Bennet just feels like she is cosplaying as the 2005 Keira Knightley Lizzie Bennet. I'm sorry. She looks good. She looks great. There's nothing wrong with it. I'll pull up a picture of the 1995 Lizzie Bennet, what she looks like in the BBC adaptation. So different. The hair is different. The dress is different. The coloring is different. The tone, everything is different. And yet both are beautiful adaptations. So I think, with all of these comparisons, I am concerned that it's not going to be its own thing. Just a couple random other things. There were some shots in the teaser of Lizzie Bennet behind a door, and it reminded me again directly of like this. For example, this work with a door, Mr. Collins behind it in 2005 version, and also it reminded me of Lizzie Bennet at the Netherfield Ball in 2005, where there's that gorgeous long one shot through the entire ball, and then the camera kind of turns and you see Lizzie. She's actually up against a wall, but for whatever reason, again, my brain was kind of already in 2005 mode because of all of the things I've already said, so I was like, whoa, I can't unsee it. And I don't want to go into this adaptation, the new one, seeing 2005. Pride and Prejudice is, like Dolly Alderton said in her quote that I'm going to scroll back up to so I can refer back. She talks about how the book is a gift to adapt because it's packed with drama and depth, love, family, friendship, and I'm skipping parts here, but it's full of complexities and whatever. And whatever. Whatever. And so because of all of those things, I feel that there are so many different ways it can be adapted. There are so many different colors, there are so many different tones, there are so many different things that can be done with it, which is why Austen's work has been adapted into films, TV of all periods and time, and genre. I would love to see a Pride and Prejudice that's a bit more colorful, that is a bit more, I didn't have certain expectations for this teaser. I didn't even know it was dropping. It was more just like when I watched it, I was like, oh, I wish it was a little bit different. And there is room to do so in this beautiful, wonderful, expansive novel. There is room to do so many different things with it. And I think I just was expecting something that we haven't gotten yet. We can get very close to comparison for comparison's sake with all of this. It was only a 30-second teaser, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to say that this is just going to be cut for cut, shot for shot, a devotion of love to the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice. I don't think that's the case. I am more than willing to go into this adaptation with a blank slate brain. I think that's why I'm so concerned about the teaser reminding me so much of the 2005 version. Okay, I want to talk about the things that I liked because they are in there. Back to the emphasis on hands. I really enjoyed what they showed with hands in the trailer. I think it's really interesting, and I like how there's the shot of Lizzie Bennet touching that flower, that plant, and then right after there's a shot of presumably for both of these, but presumably of Mr. Darcy kind of holding the rocks in his hand. And I really love that it's kind of connecting them both to nature. It's grounding both of them. It's bringing them both back to like, hey, we're human, and hey, we connect on something bigger than these really shallow things that we're caught up in because of society, like pride and like prejudice. I really thought it was a great way, and in a very short amount of time, to symbolically show that not only are they similar, but that also they're both very grounded and connected to their own reality. And so maybe, that's why they can't see eye to eye sometimes. Another thing I really loved, Darcy's horse. I would love a scene of Darcy connecting with his horse and that being a tool almost for us as the audience to see that he is not this like antisocial, terrible monster guy who like doesn't like this and that. You know what I mean? I would love for the horse to be utilized as a tool to kind of show his heart. That would be really, really cool. I'm cracking up looking at my notes because it's all either about Darcy or about nature and how it's used as a symbol or a tool in the trailer. Those are all the things I like. The other thing that I wanted to mention about nature is that how it does seem to be used very much as a tool in the trailer and a symbol for how natural and human the story is. This is a story of, yes, these shallow things or these things that get the best of us, like pride, prejudice, and getting caught up in like what our family thinks, and just it's summed up in the title, really. The nature being such a tool in 2005 as well, not to compare for comparison's sake. I think it's a really great way to kind of bring it all back down and help characters and us as the audience realize like what is real, like what is actually going on, right? I think it's why the book is so beloved. It's so universal. It's so relatable. We all get caught up in judgments, and we all get defensive, and we all love our family, even though sometimes they're a little wild, and same with other people in our lives. And we all make bad decisions. We all make judgments, of others and of ourselves. And, the story is about how all of those things can be true, and there can be humor in all of that, and there can be hurt in all of that, and truth in all of that. And then you can still just be seen for all of those things about you, for how human you are and loved. And, I love it. I love it so much. Not to mention, here's something. Now, Pride and Prejudice is all of the things that we have said so far, right? It's also funny as hell, okay? And, I know that this is not the point of the 30-second teaser to kind of show all of the nuances of Jane Austen's writing, or hopefully the nuances of this miniseries, but I would love in a future trailer to get a little bit of humor. The book is so funny. It is laugh out loud funny. Jane Austen, and maybe that is a singular, or not, I was gonna say maybe it's a singular reading Jane Austen experience. She's so sharp. She just I've guffawed while reading her books before, okay? And maybe it is a little difficult in certain ways to translate that to film, but I do think it's been done. I mean, Emma, I think it was 2020, Emma, comes to mind. There are certainly, and certainly adaptations of Pride and Prejudice have made me laugh as well, but I would love to see a little bit of that in the teaser as well. I think that would make me feel better about what the tone of this adaptation of Pride and Prejudice is going to be. I think so much can be understood and anticipated about their approach to this, I almost said film again, their approach to this series by seeing what they are going to do with the humor. I think for me, that's a marker of how much they understand the material, how much they understand the characters, and Austen herself. I'm just pulling up the trailer again just to see if there's anything extra I want to say. I'm sorry, I can't get over that opening shot. Are you kidding me? Please, someone in the comments, please tell me if you thought the same exact thing. The birds? Are you kidding? Oh, okay, I saw the roof. Okay, this reminds me. She's sitting on a roof, seemingly. It looks like a roof. But I live in New England. It looks like the roofs that a lot of houses around here have, so the snow slides off. I don't think they had those roofs in 1813 or whatever time they're choosing to set this in, because, well, where to begin with that rabbit hole, because then we could get into costuming, then we could get into accuracy of certain things. I won't go down that rabbit hole in this video. But if you're interested, let me know, and we can certainly do that. But this roof doesn't seem time accurate to me. I'm also not a historian or an expert, though I think of myself as one. So if you think differently, certainly let me know as well. Also, okay, she's sitting on the roof. What was I gonna say? She's sitting on the roof and she goes, when she hears hooves and like somebody coming down the lane, it must be Darcy. He's the one that shows up on the horse at the end of the trailer. But why? And I know it's a teaser and they could just be pulling clips from random parts that don't actually have anything to do with one another, but she's so excited. She's me. So she just wants to know what's going on. Love the shot of the letter from Darcy. Huge. Then is that Darcy rubbing the spine? Someone, maybe, I'm assuming Darcy, because I'm assuming it's Elizabeth holding Darcy's letter with her hands in the first shot. The next shot is someone holding a book. I'm guessing it's Darcy, just because that's kind of seems to be the pattern in the next time that they show hands, but I appreciate that with Lizzie on the roof, she's looking over, then they cut to the shot of each of their hands. It's almost like she's having a memory, or she's realizing or thinking about how similar they are when they show that shot of her with the plant and him with the rocks. You know, now I'm reading a lot into it, but I do like that. I like the shot. God, it's so loud. I like the shot of Darcy. They show a shot of her eyes and his eyes, and they're dancing. You know, like, I like what I'm seeing. I just am concerned with how similar it looks to 2005. Again, I won't be a broken record forever, I swear. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the other thing on my like list of positives is that I really like Darcy's vest. I really like Darcy's vest. Yay! At least, like, Darcy's clothes in this. Sorry, my dog's barking so much, if you can hear him. But he's okay, I promise. But I do love that we are seeing a little bit of a different costume for Darcy in this film. He doesn't have a vest in any of the other adaptations that I can think of. Now, I don't have those things right in front of me. I'm pretty positive we don't get a shot like that in 2005. I'm perfectly happy to be corrected if anybody wants to. And then I feel like we very much get Darcy in a vest in 1995, but the color palette in that was a lot more pastels and whites and whatever. This is like a working man brown vest. Like, it looks great. I really, really like that. I'm excited to see the costuming, and this gives me a little hope that it'll be, again, a little bit more of a different take, because Lizzie's costume outfit in this teaser is like exactly what Lizzie Bennet wears in the 2005. She has a brown dress that is the same exact cut as that, which, again, it's supposed to take place around the same time, but again, the rabbit hole, Joe Wright, the director of 2005, chose to set his movie, the tea's gonna spill everywhere, chose to set his adaptation in, you know, a different era, because he didn't like the cut of the dresses and the era that it's supposed to be in. It's a whole thing, okay? It's a whole thing. My last thought, okay, is Darcy blonde? Because I just don't know if I can do that personally. That doesn't make sense in my brain. Love a blondie. Love a blondie. I can't tell if his hair is light brown or blonde. All right, now that I've gotten all of that off my chest, I'm so grateful if you stuck around to chat with me. I hope you were chatting along with me, and I hope you comment down below, and you can like and subscribe if you want, but I'd rather chat with you. So again, my name is Shannon. This is the Cozy Tea Place. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Love you lots.